So much talk about these new gen sport bikes on the market just been released. The new Ducati, the KTM 990 and the Yamaha R9. They're calling them the new generation. I'll have a go at the TLR. Is this the original gen? The V-twin SuperBike from Suzuki. They didn't call them a sports bike back then. It was just built for the superbike class of racing. Now, Suzuki also had their inline force and they just dropped the TLR. Just did one model run of it. Didn't improve it like the Honda did. You know, they had the SP1 and then the SP2. But Suzuki just made that one design, one issue, and ran it for a few years and then dropped it and carried on with the inline 4 cylinders. And along came the K1s, the K2s and all the rest. So it was a bit of a shame that they only had one go at it on the R. It could have, with more development, been a really good thing. You know, I really, the Suzuki still have that, the V-twin motor. It's now the 1050. I know it's not exactly 1050 cc's, but they've got it in the V-Strom. It makes me wonder, they could easily do it, put that motor into more of a naked or a sport bike. But I suppose they just count the dollars, if it's worth it or not in sales. Because Suzuki's pretty conservative. You know, they don't have a bigger parent company. They have to do it all themselves, and they just don't have the money to splash around. But the motor is a beauty. The L design V-twin 996. The frame full aluminium. The subframe is full aluminium. You would think it'd be light, but it's not really, not in today's standards. So I really think that maybe the actual engine itself is the culprit in the weight. Mind you, the actual plastics, I notice when working on it, they're thick. You know, if there's one bike that could ever do, benefit from carbon fibre bodywork, I would say the TLR. It's very thick and heavy. Now we've just done some upgrades. We've got, you know, new generation type of tyres now. S23 Bridgestones, original calipers, but they've been upgraded with better pads in them. HEL lines, square drive EBCs. We've got stronger springs in there and K-Tech compression control valves. Nissan 19mm radial master cylinder on the front there. It's excellent. It really is. It is now strong. Before you just squeeze, nothing happened. You squeeze harder and harder and harder, keep squeezing, then finally the brakes would work. But now it's just what you expect, you know, just normal 2-finger braking. Use your whole hand if you want. It's quite progressive. Now, this is bare bones, absolute bare bones. You got the speedo, the tacho, and then a few what they used to call idiot lights down the side there. Low fuel warning, a neutral, an indicator, a high beam. That's all you got. Basically, a trip meter and a kilometre. It's got a good rev line, 11,000, and it really does come alive in the upper RPM. It's not all mid-range and goes flat, runs out of breath at the top end. It's not like that at all. It actually comes good at the upper RPM. It's not good for lugging down low. It doesn't really like that. But the fueling is beautiful. It's nice and smooth. They talk about all these A, B and C modes. Don't need nothing. It is smooth, it's progressive. It's just a plain old, it's got actually 4 injectors in it. 4 valve heads, one spark plug per cylinder, so 2 spark plugs. But the later one, those 1050s, like I was talking about before with the V-Stroms, they've actually got a 2 plug head, obviously to try and get through with the Euro 5 plus emissions. So this is a single plug 4 valve. Rear brake is just the same as Hayabusa type of setup, Gen 1, actually Gen 1 wheels, Gen 1 rotor, Gen 1 front end is actually as well, except the forks aren't Gen 1 Hayabusa, but the brakes are and the wheels are. So Suzuki do a lot of, you know, parts bin swapping around, which you can't blame them. It's all pretty, you know, pretty standard sort of stuff, isn't it? 17 litre fuel tank, which is good. It's a minimum you need here in WA, here in Western Australia. The distances are long. I had a bike with a 15 litre tank, and you're forever chasing a petrol station. No good. And 17 is my minimum for a bike. Maybe if you lived in the city type of stuff, you always in big cities or something, you get away with a 15 litre, but not here. I'm running a reverse shift setup, 6-speed gearbox, as you guys know, but I've got you push down to go up through the gears. So first is up there, and then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth is all pushed down by reversing. That little guy there, reverse that, and there's the quick shifter cable there, the Heel-Tech quick shifter, which is driving me nuts, but there you go. Passenger comfort with the you remove the cowling and you put on the pillion pad. It's just huge, and it's got a huge storage compartment under there, not like today's bikes. Now this bike is 23 years old and the seat foam is really starting to suffer, so I've just got this little travel air cushion seat on it just temporarily, and there's the famous spring on a stick they call it. It's a complicated setup, so many pivots than a normal single shock setup. You've got a rocker arm here onto this spring setup. It's a very strong spring too, very strong. I had to back that right off to get some rider sag in the back end, and then that made a difference, but when I first got it, it was just rock hard. And then we've got the famous rotary valve damper on the side here, more linkages, arms and stuff. And one thing it does do when it's sunny weather, warmer weather, you really feel the heat pumping out the left hand side on your leg in traffic. Just the way you notice that some bikes, the airflow goes this way or goes that way. On this bike, it comes out through there because the rear exhaust is there as well. And so this rotary damper cops it from that rear exhaust. And I believe it just has a small amount of oil in there, and it does overheat. And even in the owner's manual, it says to adjust the compression and rebound on the rotary damper when the system is cool, not when it's hot. Okay, so I fueled up because the low fuel warning light came on the dash at 205 k's, and it's a 17 litre tank, and I put, rounding it off, 10 litres of fuel in it. So I still had 7 litres left. So the, what would you call it, the warning light's rather pessimistic, isn't it? Come on pretty early. I made a bit of a change with the rebound setting. I increased the rebound just a little bit on the rear shock because I had some wear marks on the tyre at the grooves, the water grooves, showing that it was lacking some rebound control. So I increased the rebound just a little bit, and the compression is okay. I increased the compression dampening on the front forks a little bit, and one click, so 3 clicks out instead of 4 clicks out. And I set the preload on the forks to 38mm of rider sag. So with me sitting on the bike measuring the sag, we got it with the new springs, stronger springs. We got 38 millimeters of sag without having the preload wind all the way down. It's nearly there, so it was definitely worth it going to the stronger front fork springs, because with my weight, 85 kilos, I needed the stronger springs for sure, because you want, as a suspension guy told me, I need, with these 120mm travel forks, need a 30% for rider sag. So that's just a rule of thumb for everybody, I suppose, on the street. I don't know what the motocross enduro type of guys need, but for street bikes, he said 30% rider sag. I've sorted out the front brakes now. They are much stronger. It's got new rotors on the front. They're EBC rotors, new pads, double H plus from DP pads, and braided HEL braided lines. And I've got a Nissan 19mm full radial master cylinder, and the master cylinder makes all the difference. See if the quick shifter works. Yeah, the quick shifter worked there. And it does have a factory fitted steering damper, which is good, because then you can go in and buy something more expensive or upgrade that later on as well. So, but it's all there. As long as it's there, you can do something with it. So there you go, guys. Little rider review of my 2002 23-year-old TLR. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing at all. And are they competitive against the new generation types? Well, on the road, I would say yes, because we're not on a racetrack, we're not chasing lap times. We got to abide by that. And I'm in this quiet little area, right? There's only been one car come past, and then the highway patrol went past in the middle of nowhere, because it's only 60km speed limit down there, which is just, anyway, that's another story. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed a little look at the TLR 1000. See you guys. Bye.